Was a hard trip across the Atlantic in 1915. The women on board weren't frantic despite the risks of submarines. They were going to a conference to prevent a world war, to save sons, husbands, and brothers. That's what they stood for. They could not stop the war then, and there's been no peace on earth. But the Women's League for Peace and Freedom had its international birth.
They gathered at The Hague in the Netherlands, not only to raise their voices against war, but to forge an alternative through mediation. One of those women was Chicago-based Jane Addams. I know you all know her. We have some groupies here, don't we? Some Jane Addams groupies. Raise your hand, Jane Addams groupies.
Today we're not only celebrating the women, the foremothers that gave this organization to us, the past peacemakers. We're also celebrating the future peacemakers.
And so what we've been trying to do now is to develop a system whereby those grassroots voices are heard. And it is their narrative, their description, their real experience, which then inform how the United Nations and other international bodies should devise their policies to respond, with the aim that we will have then sustainable endings of conflict that will lead to true peace and true democracy. We've had this binary narrative. We've had men with guns talking to other men with guns, and an absolute absence of thinking of what it is that needs to be done to really change that discourse. It's about changing that dynamic of what causes conflict, looking at those root causes, identifying them as to who's got the power, how they're using that power, how do we take that power back by looking at the impact it has on all of us. That's why we engage with men. Not because we want men to support us alone. It's because we want men to address the creation of these masculinities, which don't do them any favors either. What we're going to do is we're going to organize. And it's our responsibility to take the leadership, as Wilpf has always done, in pushing for just that agenda. So the challenge will be, is not what we're going to demand of governments, not what we're going to demand of the United Nations, but it's what we're going to demand of ourselves. We know what we need to do. We have to then take that power ourselves, take ownership of it, we drive the agenda, and we make them do what we need them to do so that we can bring peace. So I hope every single one of you will be in The Hague next month for a wild party, and then the launching of this fabulous new movement for change that we hope will bring an end to conflict in our lifetimes. Thank you very much indeed.